Hi everybody, this is Lauren of planmoshplan. Welcome back to another plan with me. This is a rewind plan with me for the week that I was in Hawaii, and it's a wedding kit, kind of a beachy wedding kit, because the main reason that I was there was for a wedding. Well, also just like to be with my fiance's family and to take a vacation with Steven and whatever. We both wanted to go, but we did go to his sister's wedding while we were there. So there was a lot of a lot of shops that used this wedding clip art back when it came out. I don't know of any shops off the top of my head that have it still available, but I did purchase this artwork from another shop too, which I try really hard not to do. But then I saw this one, and it's a shop I don't purchase from anymore, but at the time I was like, oh, it's perfect because it is like it's the only like beach kind of wedding kit that I've seen. It's beachy. Really it's just that bottom washi that looks like waves that I'm kind of hacking to death over here. But yeah, so I do have this also from Scribble Prints Co. The same kit with not the same kit, the same artwork, which I try not to do with kits. But yeah, I was like, oh, perfect for a beach wedding. Although I did find out probably a half hour before I actually went to the wedding that it in fact was not a beach wedding. I was like, oh, Hawaii, of course it's going to be a beach wedding. It wasn't. It was beautiful. But I was like, Steven was trying to give me directions to it because he had to go earlier because he was in it. And I was like, he kept being like, okay, Lauren, you turn to the left when you go down this road. And I knew, I was like, the ocean's on the right. But he was like, and he'd be like, well, yeah, but you turn left. And I was like, but the ocean's on the right. And we were just like having this whole miscommunication. It was very funny looking back at it. Okay, I should have done this ahead of time, but I didn't, so hold please. I asked for questions again on my Instagram, and I got a ton of good ones to talk about during these kind of boring parts in the plan with me, since they pretty much do the same thing every time. Okay, so the first one is from Letters to Apollo, who's Jessica. She asked me, what has been the most stressful part of wedding planning? And I'm not like that. We haven't planned too much yet. We've secured a date and a venue and all that kind of like really important stuff, but we haven't like really gotten into the weeds, I would say, of planning it yet. But I'd say the most stressful part so far has been kind of figuring out the budgeting. That was really stressful for sure. Just getting everybody on the same page, because we're getting help, which is really great, but just kind of figuring out like all that was really stressful. And then the picking my bridal party is still stressing me out a lot, because I have a lot of childhood friends that I want to include and I don't want to leave anybody out. But if I include everybody, I'll have a wedding party of like 10 people, of like 10 women, and that just seems like too much. So this has been just like a really stressful thing where I'm like, should I invite everybody? Like, is it okay if I don't? Like, what if I do? Well, some of these other girls have been in a lot of weddings already this year. Like, will it be too much to even ask them? Do they want to? Like, it's just been a whole, like, the internal thing of that going back and forth in my brain has been hard for sure. And then Chrissy asked me the same exact question that she asked me that I answered in my last plan with me, which is really funny, which is, how many times a day do you stare at your ring? But I already answered that. I don't know. I'm not going to say this person's name just in case, but they asked me, what is it like being on a PR team, managing posts, good, bad, advice for applying? I probably am not the best person to ask about this, because I try to stay away from this sort of thing for the most part. I don't love like when I follow somebody and it seems like all their posts are PR posts, and that's like they have a PR that just like it's everything in their Instagram story is just PR. So I have only ever applied to one PR team, and it is the one that I'm on. It's GP Sticker Studio, and that's because she's my favorite sticker shop, so it made sense for me to apply to it. And Gabby's really chill and really lax and doesn't like require anything crazy, so just because she is my favorite sticker shop and I do genuinely love like 99% of the stuff she puts out, it's not hard for me to manage it, or I don't have to like write it down or anything, because I just genuinely post like, I repost things as I'm excited for them. Like, if I'm really excited about something, I will post it. And I don't feel like super pressured, and I don't feel like I have to post things that I'm not excited about. So that's it. And I guess advice for applying, I can't even remember. Like I said, she's the only PR, like the only sticker shop I've ever applied for like to get onto a PR team. So and that was a long time, like maybe 2 years ago at this point, I think, or a year ago. No, it's got to be 2 years now. I don't remember. But anyways, it was a long time, and I was just really honest. I told her, I was like, you're my favorite sticker shop. I don't apply. Like, I don't do this. I don't apply to, like, PR shops. Or for PR teams, I'm just doing this because I, like, genuinely want to, because I've used her stickers pretty much since she opened, I'm pretty sure. So I was just really honest. And yeah, I think that's what I would say too, is apply for ones that you genuinely really love, and be honest about that. And I think that kind of, like, authenticity shines through. And I always hope that it shines through in, like, whenever I do quote unquote promote her stuff too. And I really do love it, and I'm not just, like, doing it so I can get free stickers left and right. Although I do feel like people probably apply to like PR for shops they love, and because it's just, like, a mutually beneficial thing. Yeah, okay, so I think I'm pretty much going to start on Monday. I did a lot of the same stuff that I, like, normally do. I used some rose-colored days headers. I did use some Simply Gilded 5mm rose gold washi as the headers for the entire kit, or the entire week, which was really time-consuming. I had to white out everything because they're white, and then trim them over, but I think it ended up, like, turning out really well, and I really liked how it looked. Obviously, I'm using rose gold. Okay, so starting on Monday, we had already been in Hawaii for 2 days at this point, so I was kind of, like, living my best island life already. It was Labor Day, so I marked that with a rose-colored days holiday script and a half box. And then that morning, Steven and his dad and his brother went to go play golf. So I was, like, had a very lovely quiet morning to myself. I did this a lot, most mornings really, but I made myself coffee and I sat out on the porch. We stayed with Steven's parents for the first part of the trip, and they have this, like, timeshare that they go to that is literally, like, looks out directly onto the ocean. It's so nice. So I just sat with my coffee and hung out on the porch watching the waves. It was really beautiful. That coffee cup is from Toffee Bananas too, which I love. And then I had a pool day. I pretty much just hung by the pool and, like, tried to do my best to tan. So that flag is from the Giving Girl. And then after that, I went to, Steven's mom and his aunt came down and had lunch with me by the pool. So I marked that with a utensil from Stiggy Sloth Designs. And then we cooked a, like, big family dinner for Steven's parents and his aunt and uncle and their friend, and it was just, like, a big whole thing. So I marked that with a rose gold foiled box from Sticker Bloom. And if I sound really awkward, I'm trying really hard not to say so that's why I'm, like, talking really slow and choppy. Anyway, so I think Saturday maybe, we had picked our wedding venue, or Friday even. I think on Friday my wedding planner was like, hey, someone else wants your date, so, like, if you want your date, you really gotta, like, sign the contract. So we did, and we ended up paying the deposit on Tuesday. So I used a ring from Magic Prince Co. to mark that. And then we kind of did, like, a day, kind of just, like, not adventuring is the wrong word, but we went to this beach that's kind of further away. First we went to lunch at this place called Kiohala's, I think. It was really good. Very, like, when you think of, like, Hawaiian vegan kind of things, it wasn't vegan, but it was very, like, earthy, organic kind of cafe, which I liked. It was really good food. So I marked that with another Magic Prince Co. arrow. And then we went to a beach called Salt Pond Beach, and I marked that with a kind of rose gold, coppery, dusty rose kind of cap that was from a Paper Panda deco sheet that I used a lot of it actually this week. It's like a travel deco sheet. I think I haven't kits with the artwork, but I love the artwork and I love the colors that she chose, and it worked really well with the colors of this kit. And then I put just some Simply Gilded washi at the bottom to kind of take up some space, which is ridiculous. I realized that I cram so many things into one box. Like a lot of people put like 2 things in a box, and I almost always put 3. So my spread's always like very crammed, and I don't like it, but I like to put as much things down as I actually did in a day. So that's why that happened. Anyways, okay. After we went to the beach, we went beer tasting at Kauai Brew Co., which I would definitely recommend if you're ever in Kauai. It's really good beer, and I don't say that very often, but I genuinely enjoyed it. And I am blanking where that beer mug is from. Cannot remember, so sorry. And then after that, we like went beer tasting. I think we were all kind of a little buzzed, and Steven's, was his mom or his dad? I think his dad just like made a beeline out of the brewery, didn't really say where they were going, and just like made a beeline out of the parking, like across the street, just like directly through the road. And we're like, what the heck? And we were like, all right, I guess we're following them. And they went into the chocolate shop that was right across the road, and it was so good. And I was like kind of not drunk, but I was kind of tipsy, so I bought way more chocolate than I totally should have, but worth it for sure. And then that rose gold foiled bag, I think it's from Magic Prince Co. or Sticky Sloth Designs, can't remember. That night we had Tai Cheese, which are like a frozen drink, and we just hung out in the hot tub. So I used 2 kind of rose gold champagne glasses. Oh, I forgot what the name of the company was from in my last plan with me, and I'm still forgetting it now. Okay, I promise I will try and make sure to mark that down below. Okay, on Wednesday, I had a massage at like the best spa I've ever been to. I've been there before the last time I went to Hawaii with Steven's family, and it is so amazing. Last time I bought their like most basic massage, and then this time I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the garden massage, which is like a fancy massage where you get your like own private outdoor hut, and it's like a whole, I don't know, you're in this like beautiful little hut thing. By the way, the bathtub is from Simply Watercolor Co. But so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the whole like outdoor massage. It was not worth it. I should not have paid the extra money at all because your eyes are closed the entire time, and you don't get to like chill in your hut before or after. They kind of like, not to say she rushed me, because she didn't, but it was like a very quick in and out. So I should have just done it in the regular room because it was not worth it. And I don't know, there was like a separate kind of waiting area that was also like private-ish, but I don't know, it wasn't worth it. Although the massage was really nice, and I kind of hung out at the spa that morning and for a while afterwards for sure, because I just love hanging out at that spot. It's so nice. And then after that, Steven's mom came over to the hotel that I was at, and she and I had lunch. We went to like this like very nice kind of terrace lunch. It was super cute. Marked it with a rose gold foiled utensil set from Sticky Sloth Designs. I had the best salad. Oh my god. I genuinely am someone who really does like salads, but this one was so good. It had shrimp and like mahi and mangoes and onion, and it was really amazing. I think about it still. And then after that, we went shopping. I wanted to buy some more dresses because there was like, I just didn't have enough clothes for all the things that like the wedding activities that were about to be starting. So we went to a shopping center that was really cute. We shopped around. I bought some dresses. There was like a farmer's market going on, so we bought some like pie. We bought a coconut cream pie that was amazing, and then a macadamia nut pie, which is like a pecan pie but with macadamia nuts, and that was probably the best pie I've ever had. It was so good. So that was super fun. And then after that, there was like a wedding happy hour at another hotel, the hotel that the bride and groom were staying at. Oh shoot, that was the name of the sticker company that I forgot was, I think, just sitting there for me to see. Dang it. Okay, anyways, those stickers are from that same sheet where I didn't know what the sticker company is from. But anyway, so that we went to the happy hour and marked it with a champagne bottle, and it was just kind of all the guests that were there already, like for the wedding, went to a happy hour together, which was it was fun. yeah, it was a good time. And then we went out to dinner like with our family after that, which I didn't mark. But I was kind of messing around with the stickers here, and I ended up just taking a squiggle from Rose Color Days and Nikki Plans, but my camera cut me off, so you don't see that. But that's what I'm searching for, and that's what I did. On to Thursday. I spent Thursday morning doing some research on photographers and videographers for the wedding. So I spent a couple hours just like looking up photographers and watching like wedding videos from videographers that were in my area. So that was really fun. That rose gold laptop is from Cozy Paper Co. And then we went to another beach called Maha Beach, which is just a really nice beach and Kauai. We saw a big manta ray that day, I think, and we thought it was a shark because it was massive, but it wasn't, so false alarm. And then after we came back from Maha Beach, I went to the pool because Steven had the like wedding rehearsal, but I wasn't in the wedding, so I just kind of hung by the pool with his aunt, which was really nice. And then that umbrella is actually from a Scribble Prints Co. kit. It's deco from the kit, but the colors matched really well, so I just kind of grabbed it and used it to mark the pool time. And then I'm putting a half box down vertically, and I'm taking some of the deco, one of the champagne glasses from the kit, and I'm looking for some scripts. I actually ended up grabbing one of the custom scripts that I had made from Letters to Apollo or J. Esmeralda. So it's the rehearsal dinner one. I'm like, might have to buy another sheet of these just in case I end up doing my wedding in rose gold, because I love how I marked it and I love the script, but I think it ended up looking really cute. Because we went to the rehearsal dinner, obviously, that night after Steven did the rehearsal. It was really nice. They had it at Tide Pools, which is a really nice restaurant in the Hyatt, and it was like it was just a really lovely dinner. And then there was like another happy hour kind of it wasn't really a happy hour because it was late, but there were people kind of met up at the bar after that. But I didn't mark that down because I just wanted the rehearsal dinner to look really pretty. Okay, so Friday, I took a flag from the kit, one of the flags that's meant to cover the old flags in the old Erin Condrens, and I marked down payday with a Rose Color Days script. And then I took a squiggle from Nikki Plans and Rose Color Days. Oh, you know what? I'm actually looking. I love that suitcase. That was the Paper Panda like travel deco sheet I was talking about earlier. I love that suitcase, and I think that it matched the colors of this kit really well. But I ended up wanting to I was like, I should wait and just use that for like when I fly back home on Sunday. So then I was kind of going through other sticker sheets, and I ended up just grabbing this little mini suitcase, which is actually the same suitcase from a paper company sheet, but it's in white instead, and it's smaller. So I grabbed that and the squiggle from Rose Color Days to mark that we actually went and checked into we went and stayed at a hotel closer to the wedding on Friday, because the wedding was on Friday. So we checked in at 11. I actually had scheduled a bunch of like hair and nail appointments that I canceled. I was just like, you know what, I'm over it. I'm not gonna go spend a bunch of money, and I already got my nails done like right when I got here. So anyways, so I took a half box, and that script is from the wedding day script is from a Whimsical Plan. She has a wedding sheet. The sheet is really nice, but the foiling was kind of messy. It was all over the place. So yeah, and then I just took a cake from the deco on the sheet to mark that. The wedding was at 3:30. It was super hot at 3:30, but it was really beautiful. And it was it was just a really nice wedding. I had altogether way too many drinks. I was counting the next day, because you'll see me mark. I was super hungover when I woke up the next day. I had so many Mai Tais, which the Mai Tais at this wedding were delicious. They were so good, and I'm kind of picky about Mai Tais, but I had a ton of those, which is never a good idea. And then I just had a bunch of other drinks too: wine, champagne, whiskey, tequila, just bad. So anyways, I slept in, and when I woke up I was really hungover, and I marked that with that same travel sheet from Paper Panda. And then Steven was really sweet, and he told me he was going on a walk, but he really went and got me a Starbucks and like bagels and a smoothie and brought me back breakfast in bed. So I marked that with a cup from Hello Petite Paper, which is actually in her like winter colorway, but it worked out really well. I think the color worked out really well for this spread. And then I just took a heart from Sticky Sloth Designs to mark that I just kind of had a lazy day and really was just kind of chilled in bed for a lot of the day because I was just like, couldn't deal. Yeah, so kind of a waste of a day in Hawaii, but it was all good. I got up later in the day. Sorry if you can hear that siren, by the way. I feel like this keeps happening to me. Oh, Bunny Plans. That is the name of where those champagne glasses and champagne bottles from. Bunny Plans. There we go. Anyways, so we did like a happy hour. We had our kind of last Mai Tais before we left, hung out with Steven's family, which was really great. And I marked that with, a flag from the Giving Girl and another piece of deco from that same Scribble Prints Co. kit. That's just like a very cute drink. And yeah, just marked happy hour and Mai Tais. And then that night, Steven and his brother are obsessed with this pizza place in Hawaii. They just like love it and they're so obsessed with it. And like, honestly, I don't really get it. It's fine. But they like love it very much. So we had a chill night and went out for pizza. So I marked that with a half box and a heart from White Deer Stationery. I showed these hearts from White Deer Stationery at the beginning of the plan with me, thinking I was going to use a lot of them, but I think I really only ended up using it that one time. Okay, Sunday was the day that we left. Bummer. It was just kind of a crappy day in general. Just had to leave. And then our flight ended up being super delayed. So I just had to pack up my stuff in the morning. My stuff was everywhere, even though we only were in this hotel room for like 2 days. I don't know. Everything just exploded. So that suitcase is from White Deer Stationery and the heart is from Simply Watercolor Co. And then we also, I'm again taking the Whimsical Plans wedding sheet, it's really 2 sheets. I'm taking the send out invitations. I'm kind of messing with it because there's foil literally all over these stickers. But I'm taking the send out invitations sticker to mark. We didn't actually send out any invitations, but we kind of decided on our engagement party date. So we just kind of went, while we were at the airport, we're like, okay, we're going to text everybody that we want to come. We have a lot of our friends are far away, so we just kind of had to go through the list and send out a bunch of text messages. So we invited everybody to our engagement party, I guess is the right way to say it. We just didn't send out the invitations, but whatever. I know what it means. And then, yeah, I also marked checking out at 11 a.m., which they would not give us late checkout. I was very annoyed because our flight got delayed for 4 hours. So we had totally paid more money to like have an earlier flight so we wouldn't get home at midnight. And our flight got delayed 4 hours, so we did get home at midnight. And it was just such a mess. The whole airport was a mess. I've never been in a TSA line like this one. It took probably an hour to get through, over an hour to get through. But it was like, there wasn't even any like, it was wrapped all the way just like out into the park, like the drop off area. There was no like stanchions or anything for the majority of the time you were in the line. It was nuts. But yeah, so we got to the airport. We went to Starbucks. We sat in the whatever, just all the boring stuff. We food that gave me a panic attack because I felt like I got food poisoning, but I don't think I did. I don't know. Anyways, that was my spread. Sorry for my shaky camera work here. I feel like it's getting worse and worse every week. I don't know. But I really do love how this one turned out. I think it is super pretty. I love the rosy tones. I love the light colors, even though it's like not a beach kit. I still think that like it is kind of light and beachy, and the bottom washi kind of helps like tie that all in. Yeah, and I just think it turned out really well. So thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate it. You know where to find me. Instagram, planmoshplan, same way it's spelled here. And that's all. Bye.